Hi guys, it's Flaws and I'm coming back for my part 2 of my cross stitch update for the month of May and June. And in this part I will be talking to you about my haul and my plans, mostly for the month of July, as in this month, but also maybe the next few months for some things. My part 1 was filmed yesterday, the Sunday, 7th of July, and today is Monday, 8th of July. Now, if I look tired, it's because I just came back from work and this is about 8:45 p.m. I actually filmed part 2 yesterday with my pretty made up face and, you know, nicer clothes, but guess who did the whole 1 hour of talking but forgot to turn on the mic? So that happened, and yeah, before I discovered the mic wasn't on, in the end, I ended up filming the intro 3 times as well because I feel like the camera wasn't quite straight and I adjusted it and then I had to restart. Anyway, if I seem tired, if I seem a bit unenthusiastic, it's because I am tired and this has been all said once before. So I guess different from when I filmed it last time, part 1 was published and I received heaps of really nice and really encouraging and comforting comments. So if you are one of them that left me very nice things, thank you. Thanks for watching and thanks for putting in the time and leaving me comments to really make my day much better. Today at work, when I first started, it was just getting hectic already, and then later on it was okay. So it wasn't like one of those super difficult days, but it wasn't like an easy breezy day either. Anyway, so enough said, let's just get into hobby budget first. So last time when you saw me, it was end of April, and at that time I had $27.45. And then when May came around, I got $50 extra. But then I got $100 extra because May this year was when I officially stayed with this company for 5 years. So it's like a milestone, and the company gave me like $100 virtual kind of credit for you to buy, I guess, gift cards. Because there's no gift card that are like stitching related, so I just had a little talk with JP to say, can we use that $100 for like household stuff? And then I pocket the actual $100 into my hobby budget, and he said yes. So that's why I got bonus $100. So that brought the whole total to $177.45. And then I decided to buy this little kit that I was eyeing for about 2-3 months, I think. And I first found it from Fox Collection in Australia. I guess if you sign up, they send you the catalog like once a month. And this is a Abris Art kit called Wish Star. Now, this is my first time purchasing their kits. It looks like this. It's stitched on 14 count black Aida, and as you can see, there's a lot of area that's blank, so they don't need to be stitched. But the sky mostly is half stitches. And I think what's making it really cool is that it actually has like this QR code for you to download their cross stitch saga file, which I already did. So I guess whenever I get to it, this will, I guess it's famous last words, isn't it? This will probably be one of those faster projects. How big is it? Says it's 7.8 by 14.9 inches. So 20 by 38 centimeters and 18 colors. So not a lot of colors, but it's just so pretty. There you go. And I actually didn't end up buying this from Fox Collections. I think I found it on Etsy from some store. I might just leave all the details down in the description box as usual. So that kit was $68.08. And after that, I had $109.37 left. And after that, I just didn't touch Hobby Budget at all. So then June, July, $100 altogether. So now it brings the total to $209.37. So this Wish Star kit is the only one I used my Hobby Budget to buy. The rest I'm going to show you has nothing to do with Hobby Budget. It's literally just to, I guess, brighten up my days of cloudiness, if that makes sense. So the first thing I'll be back. The first thing I'm going to show you is a sewing basket. I actually found this from one of those like Aldi special buys. This one I remember was $20, and you have the option of choosing like a more rectangular or more angular version of it, or like this rounded version, and I chose this version. And I think they had another couple of styles too, or maybe just one more. It doesn't matter. So it's got like, do you call it magnetic sort of closure? And when you open up, the first layer is this plastic compartment. The plan is to like gather all the bits and bobs and then just see whether they can fit into this, according to the sizes, obviously. And then after you take this out, the rest is just a bigger space for you to put stuff. I guess for people sewing, that will probably be fabrics or whatever, scissors. Instead, I put like the extra threads in here. So if you remember from my part 1, I was talking about me spending a lot of time sorting threads. What happened was I was trying to kit up a full coverage project that I've already started this month, but I was trying to kit that one up, and I thought the way I kept record of threads was pretty okay. So I kind of made a list of things I needed to buy off the record I had, and turns out there were so many missing. So then I decided I'm going to start from 0 and properly record everything. I sort everything out, because previously I had so many different, I guess, methods or different systems of keeping threads. Now the main system is the Pip and Chip floss chips. You know, the ones that can fit into like 4 IKEA boxes. And then at the same time, I've got like some random ones hanging in like a drawer on Annie's Keepers. And I've also got this like, what is it called? Horan? Is it Horan? Like thread card. So at one point I bought someone's thread stash like secondhand, and the way she held all the threads was in like 3 big folders with like the thread cards. So I had a bunch on that too. And then I've got like random threads as well in a bigger bag. So that means every time I was trying to find a particular color, if I had them at all, I had to go through all these systems. So now it's sorted in a way that the first thing I'm going to look at is the Pip and Chip floss chips. And if it's not there, then it would be, then I'll look for it in like the folder, because the folder ones are duplicates. So yeah, I want to eventually get rid of the duplicates there and completely get rid of that like the folder system. And then the plan is whatever is on Annie's keepers would be like partial skeins, and whatever is in the floss, the Pip and Chip will be full skein or more, or like 2 skeins or something. So and then the rest of the like full skeins that are not cut will be in here. And I use like the snack Ziploc bags to hold these threads, and then I kind of put an order as well in like a few hundreds, and the biggest one is in here. Oh, it's not the biggest, it's just like, I think it's those discontinued, or yeah, is it discontinued, like the 388 something, like those numbers. So that's in the bigger bag, and that's that. So I am yet to fully sort out my cross stitch stuff. The plan is to eventually get rid of that like drawers altogether, because right now it's holding heaps of random stuff. I want to get rid of that, so all my cross stitch things will be in the study, in the bookcases. Because before, I think all my like stash, like kits and charts and stuff, was upstairs, and they were kind of like placed in a I don't know, dusty manner, if that makes sense. So then at one point we were sorting out the bookcases, so I got some space for my cross stitch stuff. Now they have their dedicated shelving in the study area. So yeah, it's much better, but I still need to sort that out. Am I missing anything? Yeah, my brain is a bit fried. So I think that's it. Oh, I'm not sure when I will fully finish sorting or like reorganizing my stuff, but if you're interested in like the whole thread organization, or like the I guess the reorganization of my cross stitch storage, let me know so I can do a video later. So that's that. And then I bought lots of threads from 2 different places. So like I said, I was trying to kit up a large full coverage project. So yeah, I bought some threads from JK's cross stitch supplies, and that was like the first wave of the thread purchase. I bought, I don't know, quite a bit. I would say like 30-40 skeins or something like that. And then with that, I also purchased a 32 count Murano. Here, it's like a grey color with love hearts. It was on special, it was like $15. And there's a little story on this as well. So when I received my parcel at work, I opened it and I thought, this is a bit light. I was expecting something slightly heavier because, you know, when fabrics are involved, the whole parcel should be a bit more substantial. But when I opened it, I realized the fabric was not there. So then I thought, maybe I forgot to order it or something. So I went back to my order. It was there. So then I had to email Janet, who's the owner of 𝐩𝐫𝐸𝐻 Supplies, if you don't know. And then she said, oh, I distinctively remembered to have included it because I think you are the only one that decided to buy it like in a couple of weeks. So I definitely put it in an order. I said, it's not here. So then she sent me another one straight away and I received it pretty soon after. But she was hoping to chase down where the other one went, but it didn't happen. So there is one lucky person that received this as an extra freebie, even though he or she didn't order it. And yeah, along with that order, I also purchased a few accessories. I got this snag nabbit. Now, a lot of people at one point were talking about this, and I just don't know. I just thought, oh, you know, $10 or whatever. I'm not sure whether it's that necessary, but this time, since hobby budget is not involved, so I just went for it. So if I don't like how my stitches lay, I can just stab it in and make it more tight. So that's that. Can try it out later. And I also got this detailer. So this is to weave in very tiny like tails that normal needles cannot tuck in. It's happened quite a few times when I was trying to be cheap and sort of try to finish that like last stitch with a very short leftover thread and realized, you know, I couldn't tuck it in. At least with this one, I could now tuck it behind other stitches, whereas before I would have to sort of let the tail dangle at the back and wait for some other stitches in the future to tug that in. So yeah, I've got this one now, and I've also got this thread hopper. It's essentially 2 needles connected with this pretty little thing. So you can, you know, fix one needle and count with the other one. Essentially, you could do that with 2 needles that are not connected, but if you have money, you can get something that look prettier, I guess. So that's what I got. And that completes the order from 𝐩𝐫𝐸𝐻 Cross Stitch Supplies. And then I also got some threads from Spotlight in Australia. I guess it's sort of like a Hobby Lobby in America or something. It's just a big chain of stores that you can go to buy all the things that are for your crafts. So I think the last weekend of June they had this special event or discount or whatever for their VIPs. It's anything equal to or more than $99, you get $30 off. So I just bought quite a bit of threads. Now, not all the threads that I purchased were just for myself. Some were for other uses too. But I used this to purchase all the ones that I missed for that project, and also some other threads to, I guess, bulk up my stash, like thread stash a bit more. I think I'm still like possibly 40 or 50 colors short, but that's okay. If I need to, you know, kit up some other things, I'll just buy more then. But what I want to show you is I have never had a long receipt. I mean, I've seen people like flaunt it on Facebook groups. But like, yeah, it's pretty fun when you get one of these. So I think I might have purchased like 80 or 90 skeins altogether. But yeah, it works out to be like, if you do it exactly, like $99, and your final total was just over 99. I think each skein worked out to be about 85 cents, which is really good. So yeah, it was quite funny when the girl working at Spotlight was just like scanning everything. And yeah, hubby was there too, and it was a little bit awkward when, you know, she was just scanning, and then he was just joking around saying like, oh, I'm sorry to like make your day so difficult, blah blah blah. But yeah, so yeah, it's quite fun to get one of these long receipts. So I finally experienced it. Although the other day I saw on Facebook group someone bought like 560 whatever, and that did she show her receipt? I don't know. But I would assume 500 whatever would be, you know, almost 5 times this long. So yeah, whoever had to process that must have had a grand old half an hour just working at it. And after that, I purchased some fabrics. Oh, by the way, a lot of the threads I purchased went in here. So this is, yeah, for the full coverage project that I will be already started. And these are 90 colors, 45 colors each on 45 colors per 3-inch like metal ring. I ended up purchasing like, I think a pack of 12 metal rings on Amazon as well, and used a few. So one for the extra threads, 2 here, and then maybe somewhere else too. But I still have quite a lot left for later if I do kit up something else. So that's pretty good. And yeah, I purchased some fabrics from Etsy. Now, I have been hearing, I guess, what do you call that? Oh, and there comes Big Boy. So I have been hearing about Extra Designs fabrics for... Thanks, Rex.
No, you want to cut this out?
I don't know.
Come on.
Oh boy. So what did I say? Oh, so I've been hearing about Extra Designs fabrics for a long time. Now, I never really brought myself to buy from her just because, I don't know, like her fabrics tend to be quite large and quite expensive, and I think she tends to do like higher accounts. Anyway, I do have this plan of eventually kitting up this, like, I guess, letters from Nora. Like, I have this plan of stitching my name. So I got all the letters that are involved in my name in my stash, but I need a really big, well, really long fabric to put all the letters together. So then I thought, oh, since it's not going to go towards my hobby budget, I might as well try something fancy. So then I went and contacted Extra Design, and she was really lovely. So I told her the dimensions I need would be 70 by 140 centimeters. So then she created a custom order really quickly. And because when I was looking through her like color options, I really liked, I think it's frozen lime. I wanted it to be like sort of greenish. So yeah, I thought, okay, let's give opalescence a try as well. So it's 32 count opalescence frozen lime, 70 by 140 centimeters. And then she said, you know, don't forget if you know, spend more money, you could get free shipping. So I thought, okay, let's grab one more fabric. I want to get free shipping. So then I ended up buying another, I think 32 count as well. I got like a fat quarter. So, then when I went to pay, I realized the prices that are included, the prices that were shown to me had not included GST, like tax, which I never had to do that before because in Australia, everything is tax included already. I know in America, you always have to add tax on. So like, I was planning to spend $200 for 2 fabrics because I expected it, but suddenly I ended up paying $220, which I wasn't really happy about. Anyway, so how much was everything? So that frozen lime opalescent linen, which is here, I think this time the colors. Yeah, and when I was filming yesterday, I realized this line as well, and it's sort of like in the middle of the fabric. So I don't know how that happened. But yeah, it's a very nice color, and the like opalescence in there is kind of green tinged as well, which I quite like. But yeah, now that line's gonna really annoy me. Yeah, I don't know. It's very nicely dyed, except that line. Now I wonder whether there are any other lines in the fabric. But anyway, so this one is $149.25. And then I also got another 32 count linen, which is called Autumn Gold. And it looks like this. I'm not going to open it. Now in real life, it's a bit more orangey, whereas sort of in the camera, it looks more yellow, I think. So this one's quite consistent. Yeah, it's like a consistent color as well. Quite nice. And this fat quarter is $50.27. And all this has no tax included. So the actual price of each thing needs to add like 10% extra. So when I was paying for it, I thought, I don't think I would buy from her again just because they're so expensive. But now that, I don't know. Oh, and there's also this like really itty bitty bonus piece called Galaxy. It's like a very dark, like navy color, 28 count. Whereas in the camera, it's more like a royal blue. This one's really, really nice. Now, clearly I haven't used the fabric, so I don't know what they feel like when I stitch it. But if there's nothing special to them when I stitch, then I don't think I will buy from her again, just because like the price points are pretty up there. I mean, I don't buy fabrics very often, so maybe this is like a normal price now overseas, but I feel like in Australia you could still find pretty reasonable prices from some fabric dyers. So I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, if they feel amazing, I might consider going back again if she has something that's exactly what I need. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think I'll go back. It's possibly better to support local vendors anyway. So that's that. And after the fabrics, I have to go grab something else. So this is another thing that's technically not cross stitch related. It's like this cushioned tablet holder. I got this from Aldi as well. And when I first saw it, I just kind of dismissed it. But JP brought this to my attention and went, wouldn't this be really good for you to like lie down on the sofa and stitching like you normally do? Then I thought, yeah. So like, it's got 3 sides. It's pretty much like a triangular shape. And I guess you can just rotate it however you like. And there's like this side pocket with netting for you to put something there. There's also this holder. So I just plonk it on my lap and put the tablet on there. It's stable, it's comfy, it doesn't cut off my leg circulation. It's perfect. And I remember this will be like something like $15, $10, $15. And it's one of those special buys too, so it's gone. But if you're interested, if you're like me, you enjoy lying down on the sofa, and you like stitching with like a device as well, and you're looking for something to like, I guess, support your device, sort of try to look for one of these. It's really good. And I have one more thing to show you for my haul. Now, part of July's plans is to start a couple of things. So I don't have enough project bags for like more new starts. So I ended up buying 2 project bags. Now, I was originally just gonna contact Taryn from 𝓕𝓵𝓸𝔃𝓃𝓽𝓾 to get her to make me 2 like larger bags. I like my project bags large, sort of like 14-inch. But then I thought, oh, you know, why not taking this opportunity and try some other vendors on Etsy, like Aussie vendors? What if I really like them? So I tried this, I think it's called Sue's Quilt and stuff or something. I'll link the shop down below. And I bought 2 project bags from her. One is 14 by 14 and the other one, I think it's 12 by 12. So that's the larger one. Very pretty fabric. And that's what it looks like. I already put something inside. It's just the vinyl type. And the other one, I think you would be surprised that I went for something so colorful. So yeah, it's watermelon with the sort of polka dot, the dotty sort of green fabric at the back. Now, pretty fabrics. However, when I first got them, I touched them and I went, are they supposed to be this thin? Because I'm kind of used to like the backing of the bags having some kind of thickness to it, whereas these ones are quite thin. So then I went back to check the bags I got from like other places. I mean, the thicknesses sort of differ, but these are probably the thinnest bags I've ever bought. It kind of felt like, it feels like it's just 2 pieces of fabric put together and that's it. Whereas Taryn's bags are really like substantial, so there must be some kind of interfacing in there. So it's quite cushioned. And I think the one I got from Basic Llama, it's thin-ish, but it's not as thin as these ones. So there must be like a 3rd layer in there. Maybe it's another fabric. I don't know. I mean, I've never made bags, so I don't know what the process would be. The advantage of having a thin bag, I guess you can just fold it however you like. There's not much resistance, so it's portable. But personally, I prefer a bit more like substantial bag. not, I mean, functionally it's fine. Like you just use it to contain your projects. It's not like your phone. It needs to be, like the cover needs to be really sturdy. Otherwise it's gonna, your phone's gonna get dropped and break or something. So I guess the thickness of the backing doesn't really matter, but personally I prefer them to be thicker. But I don't like super regret that I got these. So at least now I know what I like and what's actually out there. The fabrics are really nice though. But yeah, I think next time, if I need more bags, I'll just get Taryn to make me some. That's just much easier. And I can pick whatever fabrics she's got anyway. So that's all the hauls. I mean, savor it, because I doubt I would make a haul this size in any near future. Yeah, with hobby budget involved, this normally doesn't happen, because this whole thing, oh, I didn't tell you how much they were. So this watermelon one was $25 and this bigger one's $40. Yeah, so this haul is expensive, I think. So yeah, it's not gonna happen anytime soon again. And they just have rubbish everywhere. And now I can talk about plants. So one big thing I have decided is that I am going to make the countryside a UFO. So I'm just not gonna stitch it anymore. The last few videos I was tossing between whether to just stop it altogether or give it a second chance. But after this whole like mentally down period, I just thought, you know, I don't want to really waste my time. There's so many nice things in my stash that I would really enjoy stitching, whereas this one has hit its limit, I think, in terms of getting my interest. So the plan is I will wash the fabric. I will include all the things, like all the threads and charts, in like maybe some kind of bag, and I will bring it to the cross stitch retreat in November and put it on the freebie table. And I think it's probably a good idea to write something kind of short and sweet as well, just to explain, and hopefully someone will take this one home and look after it for me, because there's nothing wrong with the project. It's me that doesn't want to keep going anymore. So I'm sincerely hoping that someone will take over and finish it for me and love it more than I could ever love it. So that's the plan. So with that, yeah, now I have 7 whips plus the one I started that you didn't know about yet. And other than that, in terms of July, what I want to stitch, so I did say I want to make some new starts, and I already started one. I started my very first and only Heaven and Earth Designs chart, and it's called Enchanted Manor. It's like the full normal chart. Now I have seen a lot of people stitch like quick stitch, or I think there's one that might have stitched a mini, and some of them stitch like story keeps and stuff, but I haven't really seen the actual proper chart being stitched yet, and I quite like it. So on Saturday, yeah, I stitched for a bit. Now I'm not going to show you my progress because that's for, you know, July stitching update. So yeah, it's a pretty big project for me, and it's going to take me ages. So that's one new start. Oh yeah, and preview will be there. So as you can see, there's a lot going on. So what I'm hoping is after I stitch it for, you know, a few days getting out of the border, I could quickly sort of get to something that's worth stitching. So every few times when I stitch it, something will come to life. That would be amazing. And then the next thing is I'm going to do this Christmas in July thing. So I will stitch on Jingle Paws, which is the only official Christmas project that I got. And throughout the years, I have completed these two. So I have 2 more to go. And this project now is in one of the new project bags you saw. So I actually got this as like a freebie from a purchase I made from Aussie Stash Unload, and it's technically a kit, but I think it's missing like a 𝓕𝓵𝓃, so I still gotta get that. And these are the 2 that are finished. They're quite cute. Oh my god. If you hear random noises, JP is just painting in the living room.
Sorry.
So, well, best case scenario, I get enough time to stitch so I can finish another mitten like this month, but I don't think so. So most likely what will happen is July and December I'll end up finishing, you know, a 3rd one. And after that, what did I write? So I wrote I want to sort out my cross stitch stash, and yeah, that's not going to be a very short thing. So it's, I guess realistically I want to get that done this year. So it's not even going to be this month. Probably going to be when I have like a couple of days off or something. And I also have this plan to sell some of my stash. So I have completed a couple of like paper charts already, and I sort of grouped them together. I'm hoping like eventually I'll sell them on Aussie Stash Unload. And there are also a couple of kits I know I will never touch, so I might get rid of those too. The only thing is I just need time, because you need to take pictures of them. You have to decide how much you gotta charge them. And I also need to figure out how to post, because I'm not very familiar with the postage system, you know, like what kind of choice you should get to post what kind of stuff. And how much they'll cost. So that all needs to be figured out. And also, you know, if someone wants to buy, you have to like talk to them and work it out and stuff. So that's something that's not going to be just for like July. It's probably going to be like sort of towards the end of the year too. And I think another thing I actually forgot to mention that's sort of life updates, but I can just talk about it here. So the November stitching retreat was organized by our like monthly cross stitch meetup group, and I am part of like, I guess you would say like the core ladies that I guess started going right from the beginning. And we have this little messenger group just to talk about stuff, and there's also like a retreat chat. And I think throughout this whole organization, even though I was part of the chat, I felt like I wasn't pulling the weight. When some ideas need to be presented, whenever like I said something, I just felt like it was so out of place. Not that they were being rude and to say like, you know, what the hell did you just tell us, but just feel like it wasn't quite what everyone was thinking or what everyone was hoping for. So I never really helped And that kind of frustrated me too. And at one point, I was gonna get out of the group because I felt like there was no point of me being part of the conversation. Another thing was like, a lot of the time a conversation would start like during the day when I was working, and when I finally got time to check, there was just so much happening I couldn't keep up. Anyway, recently it was finally time to contact like vendors and other people for like raffle prizes and to get stuff for like goodie bags. So I put up my hands and I said, okay, I'll do it. I'll contact these vendors. And that was kind of difficult too, because I think I tried several of vendors and only one got back to me and the answer was no. And the other ones didn't even reply. So I thought, oh, why does it have to start this way? Like it's quite frustrating. But then I kind of went on for another wave, and eventually some did get back to me. So yeah, it seems like we're getting some nice things for the goodie bags. And yeah, finally I felt like I've done something. I wasn't completely useless. But yeah, just, I don't know, like not getting a reply was quite stressful. Is it stressful? I guess just frustrating. And I definitely can't, like, I know exactly what we're gonna get from the bags, and clearly I can't tell you what's gonna be in there, but can I just say it's gonna be really, really good. I think it's gonna be a really fine retreat and everybody should be happy with what they get in the bag. It's a good value, I reckon. So that's going to be fun when it happens. But yeah, it's all the way in November. I have already applied for leave, and lucky it's sort of local, so I can just drive back and forth. It's fine. And I think that's the end of this video. I've been blabbering on for long enough. It's 9:30 and I should start chilling out, winding down, and go back, not go back to sleep, and go to sleep, because clearly I need sleep. And another thing is JP has offered to edit this video for me, and he threatened me that he was going to edit it in such a way that I was gonna look ridiculous. So he's gonna zoom in on my nose or something. So we'll see how he does, and if he does something stupid, I'm just going to ban him from touching my videos. Huh? So that's it. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video and hearing me stumbling on words and having, like, do you say shortcuts in my brain and not knowing what I was gonna say. And sorry for like the glare from my glasses. Normally I would put on contacts for my videos, but I really can't be asked for this since I've tried to film this so many times. So yeah, that's the end of the video, and hopefully this month I will try to find time to stitch, and I'll see you next time when I see you. Bye bye.